From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Andrew Adams.
Boy, we were watching that rain. We missed it by 2 miles.
Oh, really?
On Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, where is it? We were like, oh my gosh, it didn't make it to our street. We were so mad. We needed it desperately.
It brought a little bit of relief as far as temperatures.
It was
and now we're
nice, yeah.
climbing back up again.
Yep, going right back up. It was kind of nice over the weekend. We were only in the 90s. Well, let's bring back the triple-digit heat today. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there. Right now, we are nice. We are sunny. At least we're going to see the sun shining. Regency camera looking great on our Pike Pass Skycam network. And yeah, it's only 80 right now, but that's going to change. And you saw our heat index is only 82 in Oklahoma City. That's going to change too. It's going to feel pretty hot this afternoon. 85 in Piedmont, 83 up in Guthrie, Norman at 82. So lower half of the 80s in the metro, lower half of the 80s for most of the state. You go way out to Cimarron County, and we're still gripping on to some 70s out there. That, of course, will change as well. We've got a south wind today, and it's a hot south wind. It's gusting 8 to nearly 20 miles per hour in the metro right now, so you'll feel it, but it's not going to make us feel all that much better. This afternoon in Oklahoma City, it feels like temperatures are going to be 100 to 105 degrees, so borderline heat advisory conditions. The front comes through overnight, though. That's going to dry us out for the middle of the work week, which will be somewhat of a relief before we get to the weekend and we heat things back up again. Now, north of Oklahoma City, we are seeing a good chunk of north central and northeast Oklahoma in a heat advisory. Heat index values 105 to 110 this afternoon. So that brutal heat is going to be here, but the real brutal heat way down in Texas. A lot of excessive heat warnings down there compared to what we're seeing here. Some storms up in Iowa. They're moving east. We're not going to see those storms. But we do have a chance for a little bit of rain over the next couple of days, but it's a very low chance. This evening and tonight, Panhandle shot at some storms and maybe a couple isolated storms late tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, but it's a very, very low chance at that. We'll take a much closer look in a minute, but that front coming through will drop us back into the 90s for a couple of afternoons, so a little bit of relief and some drier air that will feel nicer, but the heat dome starts to build back and the hundreds return by the time we get to this coming weekend, and it looks like they're going to stay around for quite a while. At least that's what the long-term pattern is looking like, a rather hot one as we continue through our July. A more immediate look at what future radar might look like. A lot of clear sky, and then out in the Panhandle late this evening, that's where we see some things change up. Showers and thunderstorms develop. They'll try to crack in to northwest Oklahoma, but likely die before they get there. And then our rain chance here in the metro for those overnight storms tomorrow, very low. It's not zero, but I would not really bank on it. It is a very low chance. So today, sunny and hot, high right around 101 in Oklahoma City this afternoon. Elsewhere around the state, some air temps will really be cranking out in western Oklahoma and northwest Oklahoma, 103 to pushing 110. Once you head up toward Alva at 107 this afternoon, some 90s once you get off to eastern Oklahoma. With 100 as the benchmark, keep in mind for our four-legged friends this afternoon, the concrete and the asphalt going to be especially hot. If you spent any time at the pool lately, you know that's a fact, so keep them and their paws on the grass if you're out walking. Woodward Alva could clip some of those storms later tonight, but really best bet's going to be Guyman and areas to the west. Overnight, as that front starts to slide through, pretty mild overall, some mid and upper 70s across Oklahoma. And then tomorrow is when we're really going to notice the difference. It's tomorrow afternoon. We fall back into the 90s, 97 Oklahoma City, some low 90s, farther to the north, maybe even only the 80s out in the Panhandle. So a little bit of a brief relief, if you want to call it that, and a very low shot at rain tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, let's do 90s once again. How about it? But the 100-degree heat is going to return. Very July feeling here in Oklahoma.